Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the new tangle from Debbi Minero called Solfluer. Now, this was inspired by the high heat to where she's at and scorched flowers. In the For more inspiration link, I have that explanation there, as well as Debbie's step out and samples. Great source of ideas for how you can decorate this tangle. So I am going to just share the basics and maybe a little bit of shading. Today being Thursday at the time of this recording, we had a lot of fun with this on our Tangle Time session. So we premiered it today, world premiere, really. This and also if you follow daily, Dots Star by Cassie Armstrong. So we had that was yesterday's. So we premiered both of those today. So much fun, and they paired really nicely together. All right, so this I'm gonna do it straight up on here. So it starts off with a V shape that's made up of two curved lines, like so. And of course, you play with. I'm going to try to make this a little wider than I think. I seem to more enjoy making it smaller than it should be. Um, all right. So then from here, now, of course, like everything is entangled, there's all kinds of places where you can decide how you want to do this and put in your own style. I'm going to take from this corner, and I'm just going to make a kind of a straight line coming down. I'm going to turn the tile and do the same thing on the other side. You could, have it come out. There's so many different neat ways that you can have fun with this. Then, leaving a bit of a gap, we're going to put another. This will be an upside down V. So, but it's two curved lines, like so, slightly curved lines, and of course you can play with the shape. And then I'm going to put another one right on top of it, kind of aura-ing it. Then another pair of curved lines coming out to either side, so connecting these two. All right, then we're going to do one big arch over this piece right here. Now, I'll pause for a minute, make a note. When you look at Debbie's, her samples, she has some where she just left it like this. So you're doing like little ones, it looks like a bud, sort of. But just knowing that you can stop at any point. Sometimes there's a lot of tangles where you can stop at any point and it's really cool pattern. But just letting you know that. But this, so then we're floating from here. So we're not going to touch these lines. We're going to leave a little bit of a gap. And I'm going to come in just a little bit. And like I said, we're doing just a nice curved line, like so. All right, now on my step out, I separated the next step that Debbie has. So I put it into two just because I needed to do it this way. And if you find a better way, great. Actually on our call today, somebody had mentioned that that they work better, kind of going from the bottom up, and you just have to pay attention to when one step kind of hinges on another step, because you can. I switch up the order a lot, just because it works better in my brain and for my hand. But so feel free to do that with these tangles. All right, so here's how I did the next step. So touching this corner right here of this big curved line that we just made, I'm going to make a big, like a curved line, and then I'm going to come down on the other side, but not coming all the way down. Okay. And then, I'm making the sides too big, and I don't have, well, it's all right. Same idea here. And then don't come all the way. Then this one's going to have to be smaller on the top because I got real rambunctious here, right? And this is where sometimes I have a challenge, and it would make sense maybe to start from maybe, I don't know, I would find it hard to do these two first. But if I put that down a little bit more, then I'd have some space. So I do either side, then the top, and then do fill in with two more, and then connect these ends right here, and essentially auraing that curved line that we did in the last step. So that's just what I did because it worked better for me. Some people can just, do that, and draw it all the way around. But anyway, very, very neat to tangle. And then it's playtime. So I'm just going to do some simple shading, though, with this one. And yeah, moving something around here. All right. And so tons of fun that you can have with this, again, with the shading. I kind of had fun with this earlier on my sample. And I'll show you some of the things that I did from our class just to give you some extra ideas. Oh, first, though, I'll bring that out in a minute. But I'm going to just work on both sides of this shape. And I'm putting a little graphite on the inside. Bring it out just a bit. I might do this top curve. I'm not sure yet. That looks neat. I'm just going to bring it in a little bit from there. That way it's... Oh, yes, I like that. Okay. You could go all the way down if you want, but... yeah, and I'm looking at Debbie step out, and she did just the tips, even. So there's an idea. Now, let me bring out this graphite here that I did. And sometimes, it just kind of depends on what do you want to accentuate. And, that can determine what, how you want to place the graphite. And some other decorating ideas. Well, actually, well, no, I told myself I was going to just stick to the pattern. We'll do a little, just because I think it's neat. And I'm just putting, sometimes it's neat just to put like this little curve line. It just adds a little something to the pattern. And with that, I'm going to, let's put some graphite at the tips here. And if you don't know, what I like to do is sometimes do things step by step. And like I have an idea, I want to do this. Oh, well, let's just see what it looks like and then move on, versus coming up with a whole plan, all at once and putting all of the graphite down wherever I want it and then doing this, because sometimes it's just neat to see where that takes you. Oh, I like that. Yeah. Because sometimes you might get another idea based on what happens. And I'm going to bring the graphite down on this one side where I made a little swoosh mark. That's my technical term for that. Neat. And, then you can, I don't know if I want to or not, but it feels like I should do something in here. Let's put some graphite in the base of this, just to be different. It needed something. Like I said, there's all kinds of options. Oh, yes. Filling in with orbs or lines or texture tangles, like stir it up. Um, so many different ways that you can have fun adding texture to this. And just a little line. And actually, I think I'm going to do that. Let's see. Oh, no, let's do it up here. Yeah. Sometimes I just, I'll do it on the one side and leave it at that. Like that. Could even have fun, bringing it down a little bit. Well, no, I don't want to confuse it. You put little swoosh lines coming in from the side that would help it look a little curved. But I'm just going to leave it at that. And that's just neat. Neat. All right. Very cool tangle. So, like I said, this was Tangle Time Day, and we featured this along with the Dots Star. And so this is on a prepped tile. That's what we call it when we've, splashed some ink or something on it. I had a nice class on this a little while back on different things that you could use for this and ways to tangle on it. And had fun with the new Micron gray pens and used size 12 and a 10. Oh, that was on these and just pushing the dots in. But I kept this just kind of black and white. I still have some finishing that I want to do on this, but it turned out rather neat. And so my decoration on this was to put in little orbs and then thicken one side so that way they look like holes. And that's just neat. And then I like this too. Deb put this in one of her, some of her samples. Put like kind of aura-ing that shape and putting a little seed shape in the middle there. I thought that finished it off rather nicely. And then this on a black tile with some microns, and used some of the gel pens that work well on black. And here I did just made it like a bud, so I made this of course smaller, and then just that center part, and added some little fescues and fluxes and stuff to this tangle. So really, really neat, fun tangle. So if you enjoyed it, would love to have a thumbs up, and feel free to share it. And if you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you subscribe to the channel. Also, in the description section, I mentioned the step outs. I have my version and then Deb's version. And below that, ways to connect with me if you like. If you would like to join us for a Tangle Time and explore tangles, this is what we do. We take a couple, one or two tangles, what I think we can get done in an hour. And just explore and have fun. If you want to see the results, click on the link to my website and follow my blog, because when I get the recap done for it, so I have all the pictures, screenshots, and pictures from the participants and those that are on the Facebook group, and there's a link to that as well. And I put them on a nice post along with a link to this video and the replays from the classes, and so that way you can join us in the fun, even if it's after the fact. So if you follow that, then you'll get a copy of that as soon as I send it out. And yeah, and again, would love to have you join us. So with that, thanks so much for watching. Fun tangle, fun to premiere them, and it's just so cool. All right. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you a happy tangling.